A good rifle, one that is balanced, lively, rugged, and 100% reliable, is more than the sum of its parts. But if this one was merely an amalgamation of parts, it would still be spectacular. The Rigby 416 Big Bore, built on the Mauser Model 98 single square bridge bolt action, represents a seminal development in sporting rifles. Created in 1911 by John Rigby, the 416 Rigby was one of the first bolt action repeaters. It's what the British called a magazine rifle, and it was designed to compete with double barrels for hunting dangerous game like rhinos, lions, elephants, and buffalo. While double rifles offered the fastest 2 shots in the business, the 416 Rigby provided 5. Now it's possible to put 4 down in the magazine and then hold around down and slide one up into the chamber, and some PHs will do that. We're just going to go with 4 rounds and see if we can control this for 4 quick shots. I'm going to get into the shooting sticks because this is what the African PHs generally use for your first shot. You want a nice clean shot. You shoot off the sticks and then you get off in case there's some rodeo action. The bolt action's second shot might have come a split second slower than the double rifles, but the third, fourth, and fifth came a lot faster. Uh-oh, wish I had another shot now. That's not too bad. The rifle's heavy enough you can control it for recoil, get back on your target, and shoot fairly quickly. If a buffalo herd is charging, I've got a good defense. The 416 Rigby drives a 400 grain bullet 2,430 feet per second. That churns out 5,100 foot-pounds of energy at the muzzle. That's enough to make a big splash on any game. This Rigby weighs 10 pounds 14 ounces. That's heavy, but the 400 grain loads I'm shooting, well, I'm absorbing 52 foot-pounds of free recoil energy. That's more than twice the recoil of a 30-06. Whoa, that one really launched. Obviously, the weight of the rifle moderates felt recoil. Oh, that got some good air. But so does its design and engineering. The open grip prevents pinching fingers, and the sharp 22 lines per inch checkering provides a sure grip. The high straight cone buttstock directs recoil straight back into the shoulder pocket, not up against the cheek. Watch again how all these features help me control what is a fairly stout level of recoil. Of course, firepower is nothing without accuracy. One doesn't require target competition accuracy in a dangerous game rifle, but the more repeatable precision placement, the better. And at 50 yards, a common dangerous game shooting distance, this Rigby delivers. It parks 3 consecutive Federal 400 grain Swift A-frame bullets into a tight cluster. Been a buffalo charging, and if I had kept my nerve, the rifle's certainly up to the job. It was practically touching at 50 yards. That's what you want with a dangerous game rifle. Often have to slide that bullet right in there, right up the nose of a charging buffalo. Of course, that target's not as scary as a charging buffalo. It did much the same with Federal Trophy bonded Sledgehammer solids and double tap DT Safari 450 grain Woodley weld cores. Let's take a look at the Rigby to see what makes it so accurate, functional, and dependable. The flat-bottomed action is screwed to the stock through the integral recoil lug, which mates to a case color hardened cross bolt in the stock, just ahead of the magazine well. A heavy contour 22-inch barrel contributes mass, which calms oscillations. The sling swivel mount is affixed to the barrel to prevent injury should the shooter's hand slip forward during recoil. The time-tested shallow V express-style rear sight is complemented by folding leaves for 150 and 250 yards, and a steel hood protects the steel front sight from damage. In its far right position, the Mauser 3-position safety locks the bolt handle and blocks the striker. When it's up, it blocks just the striker. To prevent any attempt to fire the rifle without the safety fully released to the far left, which can happen in stressful situations, the flag blocks the shooter's view of the sights as a reminder. The Mauser's famous big claw extractor grabs cartridges as soon as they pop free of the magazine. This way, each round is fully controlled and pushed straight into the chamber, even if the shooter fails to close the bolt handle all the way. Positive case ejection is done with a reliable steel fixed blade that slides through a groove in the left locking lug. There are no springs to fail. The harder you run the bolt, the farther the case kicks from the action. The drop box magazine floor plate protrudes below the belly of the stock in order to fit 4 rounds in this storage space. Again, it's firepower. It's always welcomed when a charging buffalo suggests you need it. The cheek piece and wide, round comb reduce any sharp bite against the cheek while positioning the head for immediate sight alignment. Sharp checkering provides a sure grip, wet or dry. The trapdoor grip cap opens to a storage area for a spare front sight or perhaps a small oiled cloth. The traditional hard rubber butt pad doesn't absorb much recoil energy, but its broad surface area helps distribute it across more of the shooter's shoulder pocket. Finally, the excellent trigger breaks clean, crisply, and with 2 3/4 pounds of pull. Back in 1911, rifle design was driven by the need for dependable, durable performance and reliability. Form followed function. Both Paul Mauser and John Rigby designed for it, leaving fashion and aesthetics to the garment industry. The reconstituted John Rigby Company in London is sticking to Rigby's and Mauser's original blueprints. They're augmenting them with modern building materials and a proven, more efficient stock line. Because of that, Rigby's new Special Force 16 bore for big game is as good as the original, only better.